saying, quite popular before the end of the world, that history is written by the victors. I would argue this is only true if the victors are literate and their descendants can read. History, by nature, requires progress. Why write about great accomplishments if there's no one to read them? We know about Rome because they wrote about themselves, because they enshrined their greatness and passed it down, to inspire those who came afterwards to pick up the torch of civilization and progress and move it forward. They stamped their name upon history, and they wrote that history themselves. We know less about smaller, illiterate peoples because we find their chipped arrowheads, their broken pottery, their dried bones when we dig open the earth. In such cases, we learn very little about them, their trade perhaps, their foodstuffs, but nothing of their greatness. They lived and died as little better than animals, and we give them no more thought. Existence does not build the future. Only greatness makes history worth writing about. Greetings. My name is Franco Scalinius. I, like you, have lost much on this journey. Friends, loved ones, children. Some of them succumbed to the harsh realities of our time. Food shortages, weather, the travel. Still others have been brutally killed or worse by the Horde. We have all had to make sacrifices. And I know now some of you must be questioning whether or not those sacrifices have been worth it. Whether you would not, perhaps, be better off out there in the jungle. Well, you may soon get the chance to find out. Our military reports indicate that in all likelihood, the conflict with that disorganized and brutal adversary to our civilization, the Horde, is imminent. The coming battle will, undoubtedly, decide not just the fate of your individual lives, but the fate of civilization as we know it. This, citizens, is the calm before the storm. I know many of you are afraid, as well you should be. If we have learned anything from the last year, it has been the price of our former hubris. The fact that no civilization, however great, is impervious to the forces of nature. The fact that there are those amongst the survivors who will do anything to survive, to satisfy their barbaric urges, even if it is at the price of their dignity, their humanity, and the future. You know of whom I speak. Our enemies, the Horde, would have you believe that if man cannot conquer nature, then he should submit to it entirely. Return to the earth. Live like animals in huts and caves, farming, scratching out a living in this dirt, and never again aspire to greatness. Well, I am here to tell you that I disagree. Mankind began in caves, as you began as children, young, innocent, vulnerable. But did you remain children? Did your ancestors remain as children? Emphatically, no. We grow, we develop, we civilize, we evolve, we build great cities and empires and science. And yes, those empires collapse into turmoil. But we, mankind, humankind, always rise from our own ashes, wiser, smarter, stronger, and build a better future than our forerunners could have ever imagined. All great civilizations have collapsed. The Greeks, the Macedonians, even Rome fell after 1,000 years. And afterwards there were the Dark Ages, oppressive and horrible. But from that crucible came our Renaissance, a new knowledge of democracy and science and exploration that birthed our Western dominance. We have always pushed the frontier of political and social equality, justice, medicine, technology. Without civilization, without rules, these concepts do not exist. Make no mistake, this is the new Dark Ages. And out there, among the horde, it is survival of the fittest. It is barbaric. And most importantly, there is no future out there. Would you go back on thousands of years of progress to live in a cave simply because the world you knew had been undone? You can't do that. There is the door. And you may live out there for a time, well fed off meat and raw vegetables and your tiny patch of earth, while stronger men take your wives and daughters as theirs, and your sons fight each other for tribal dominance in the jungle, like puppies scrabbling over scraps beneath the table. And in your later years, if you survive, your memories will drift back to the world the way it was before the breaking, and you will hear stories of our empire and our progress, and weep because you chose the path of submission. You would trade the future and the future of your children for comfort and security of today. If that is the case, if you would not sacrifice for the future, then go out beyond our walls. Claw for your living like a dog in a trash heap. But know this about the Horde. They are not the future. They will build no tomorrows. And out there your safety and security will extend only so far as you can defend it yourself. And stronger men will come, and they will take everything from you. The old rules are dead. The old world is dead. And out there, your future is dead. This is our chance to rebuild, to shape the future as we see fit, and defend it at all costs from those who would put their own needs before those of civilization and progress. Citizens, now is not the time for selfishness. Now is a time for dedication, for loyalty, for unwavering resolve. We are the light in the all-consuming darkness. We are the future. All the new tomorrows begin today, here, with us. We are the new empire, and you can join us, or you can perish. All I ask is that you choose, and choose wisely.